There's a war going on right now. You won't find it on any map or hear it on a battlefield with bugles blaring. It's a silent fight. It happens in the dead of night, deep within a mind that is turned against itself. This is the war against lust. For so many people, this struggle is incredibly lonely. It's a painful cycle, a secret slip-up, followed by crushing shame, then a desperate promise to do better, only to fail all over again. We show the world a polished version of ourselves, while this hidden battle rages in the shadows. We often think the main problem is the temptation itself. We believe the only answer is to have stronger willpower, more discipline, and to just try harder. But what if we've completely misunderstood where the real fight is? Lust is a prison, but its walls aren't made of desire. They are built of secrecy. Its power comes from the isolation it demands. If that's true, the key to breaking free isn't just about effort. The real solution is a strategic weapon that destroys that isolation. It's an idea that goes so much against our pride that we usually ignore it. It's called godly accountability. Before we can use this weapon, we need to clearly understand both the enemy and the tool itself. First, let's define what lust truly is, because it's often confused with other things. Lust is absolutely not love. It's not even a simple attraction or desire. Lust is a distorted desire. Think of it as a spiritual sickness of something that started out as a good, natural desire. Love seeks to give, to understand, and to cherish. Lust, however, only seeks to take. It is the ultimate act of turning a person into an object. It strips a whole human being, a person with a soul, a life story, and a divine spark, and reduces them to a mere object for personal satisfaction. It is inherently self-centered, fleeting, and it can never be satisfied. It promises connection but delivers only deeper emptiness. As one of the 7 deadly sins, it's deadly because it kills your empathy, destroys intimacy, and eventually damages your spirit. Now, let's define our weapon, godly accountability. When we hear the word accountability, we often picture something negative. We think of being judged, monitored, or having a harsh spiritual authority ready to criticize every mistake. That is not godly accountability. That is just rigid rule following. Godly accountability is completely different. It's not a system for judging, it is a covenant for rescue. It's a voluntary, planned, and open relationship where you willingly give another trusted person permission to speak truth into your life, to ask the difficult questions, and to help hold you to a higher standard. It's not about control, it's about freedom. It is the strategic, mutual choice to drag what is hidden in the dark out into the light, based on the clear understanding that secrecy is the oxygen that lust breathes. Why is this weapon so critical? Because we were simply never meant to fight this battle on our own. The deep philosophical and spiritual roots of our struggle confirm this fact. The famous story of the fall in Genesis isn't just about eating a forbidden fruit, it's about deception, breaking connection, and hiding. The very first thing humans did after sinning wasn't repenting, it was hiding out of shame. Lust works exactly the same way. It is a sin built on lies. It whispers, "No one will ever know." It convinces you, you are the only person who struggles this badly. It tells you, if anyone really knew this side of you, they would be disgusted. This lie creates isolation. And isolation is the perfect environment for sin to spread like cancer. Ancient scriptures and timeless philosophy agree, humans are social creatures. The philosopher Aristotle called humans political animals, meaning we are built to live in relationship. We find our true identity, our greatest strength, and our moral character within a community. The proverb is iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another is more than just a nice suggestion. It is a fundamental truth about spiritual life. To fight lust alone is to fight against your very design. You are attempting a task you were never equipped to handle in solitude. Willpower alone isn't the answer, because the problem isn't just a lack of willpower. The real problem is a lack of connection. Modern psychology has finally caught up to this ancient wisdom, giving us a clear map of why our individual efforts are almost guaranteed to fail. First, you're fighting a neurological battle. When you engage in lustful behavior, especially with the intense stimulation of internet content, your brain gets flooded with dopamine. This isn't a small amount of pleasure, it's a neurological explosion that completely hijacks your brain's reward system. It creates a path that desperately demands repetition. That's the addiction loop. Second, you're facing a crisis of resources called ego depletion. We all start the day with a limited amount of willpower. We use it to avoid unhealthy food, to stay focused at work, or to be patient in traffic. By the end of the day, when you're tired, stressed, or lonely, that willpower reserve is completely empty. This is why the battle against lust is almost always lost late at night. You're trying to fight a dragon when your ammo is gone. But the single most powerful psychological factor is shame. We must understand the crucial difference between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am something bad. Guilt can be healthy. It can motivate you to apologize, to change, and to seek healing. Shame is purely destructive. It paralyzes you. It convinces you that your flaw is not your action, but your very identity. And lust thrives on shame. The shame from the act is exactly what pushes you back into the secrecy that allows the act to happen again. It is a perfect, self-feeding cycle. This is where accountability becomes the ultimate psychological circuit breaker. Accountability breaks the loop by attacking its source of power, secrecy. The second a hidden sin is spoken out loud to a trusted person, its power shrinks. Shame absolutely cannot survive when exposed to empathy. This is the incredible power of vulnerability. By choosing to let yourself be truly known, even in your deepest struggle, you move away from the destructive isolation of shame. I am bad, towards the constructive relief of guilt. I did a bad thing, and I need help. This single act diffuses the bomb. It takes the power away from the temptation and puts it right back in your own hands. If we choose to ignore this powerful tool and keep fighting alone, the price is devastating. The consequences of unchecked lust are far more than just a private moral failure. They spread out and affect everything. Lust destroys genuine intimacy. It trains your mind to constantly seek instant sensation instead of real connection, to objectify people instead of truly loving them. It makes it nearly impossible to be fully present with a real, flawed, and wonderful human being, because your mind is always chasing a fantasy. The result is broken relationships, deep emotional emptiness, and a profound spiritual isolation. The ultimate consequence is not the sin itself, but the kind of life it creates, a life of profound loneliness. A life spent hiding, managing complex secrets, and living a painful double existence. It is the slow, tragic crumbling of your authentic self, replaced by an empty shell. This is why accountability is not just a helpful tip, It is an absolute necessity for anyone who truly desires to be free. The cost of secrecy is simply far too high to continue paying. So, how exactly do we build this secret weapon? How do we set up godly accountability? It's a very practical, four-step process. First, admission. The entire battle is won or lost in this initial step. You must admit to yourself, and to God, that you are facing a problem you cannot solve alone. You have to let go of the pride that insists, "I can handle this myself." This is the toughest step, but it is the essential first step toward freedom. Second, selection. You need to choose your accountability partner strategically and thoughtfully. This is not a job for a random acquaintance or a close family member. You must find someone who is trustworthy. What you share stays strictly between the two of you. Mature, they are spiritually and emotionally stable. Same sex, this is a non-negotiable boundary to prevent creating new temptations. Restorative, not judgmental, you need a medic who will help you get back up, not a judge who will just tell you failed. Third, structure. Good intentions are not enough. You must build a formal structure. Agree clearly on the rules. How often will you connect? Weekly? Daily? Will you call, text, or meet in person? What specific questions will be asked? Don't wait until you mess up. Be proactive. A great question is simple. Were you 100% pure in thought and action this week? Fourth, transparency. This is the ongoing discipline. You must commit to telling the truth, the whole truth, especially when it's the last thing you want to do. The moment you lie or hold back, the secrecy creeps back in, and the entire system fails. Honesty, even when painful, is the engine that drives accountability. Now, these steps, especially structure and transparency, are primarily relational. But we live in a digital age, and a significant part of this battle is fought on screens. While the human relationship is the foundation, technology can be a powerful supplement to that relationship. If you are looking for a practical tool to help reinforce this transparency, our team has researched resources in this space. One of the most effective and respected tools we've found is Ever Accountable. It is a service designed specifically to help you practice that digital transparency, sharing your activity with your chosen partner in a way that builds trust. It removes the burden of "did I remember to tell them everything?" and helps facilitate the honest conversations that are necessary for freedom. It is not a replacement for the relationship, but it is a powerful support for it. We have placed a link in the description if you wish to learn more about how tools like this can strengthen your accountability structure. This is the weapon. It isn't magic. It requires difficult, humble, and deeply practical effort. But it is the single most effective strategy that directly attacks the core problem. The war against lust is a war of isolation. You have been fighting alone for far too long. The secret weapon is to stop. Stop fighting alone. Your challenge for today is not to fix your entire life. It is simply to take the first step. To admit you need help. To pray, and to think of just one single person you could potentially trust with this. That one act of courage, the decision to finally break the secrecy, is the beginning of the end for this sin in your life. If this analysis provided you with value and a new perspective, please support our work. Like this video to help others find it. Share it with someone who might be fighting their own silent battle. And subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the philosophy and psychology of the human condition, as we continue our series on the 7 deadly sins. Thank you for watching.